Hi, so Jessica, you're turning 40 years old in 2 months. You're 5'4", 110 pounds. We just took caliper measurements and you're 30% body fat. You're currently training twice a week with me, taking spinning and Zumba class once each week, correct? And you want to know what else could you do to lose 5 more pounds? And yes, you want to see some tricep deltoid separation. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry, what was that? Your friend told you that drinking more water and replacing sodas with diet drinks could help? You mean like Diet Coke instead of Coke? Or because the idea is that you would be filling your stomach by not adding any more calories, right? Do you usually drink diet drinks? Sometimes? Okay. Well, actually I just read a few studies about the topic, so let me tell you about them. But before I go too deep into any advice, I have to let you know that as a trainer, and as amazing as I am as a trainer, I still cannot give you any precise dietary recommendations. I can, however, give you general guidelines based on research studies, okay? So, there is a study by Parretti and her colleagues from 2015 where they compared two groups of around 40 adults with obesity. In one group, they drank 500 milliliters, so 2 cups of water, 30 minutes before every meal. And the other group just imagined their stomachs being full. Okay, so after 3 months, both groups lost weight, but the group that drank water actually lost 2.5 more pounds than the group that just imagined their stomachs full. And those who did it consistently for the 3 meals a day lost up to 9 pounds. Now, please keep in mind, they picked up different people for this study, different ages, and they were all obese, which is not exactly your case, but it's a strategy that might work for you. I wouldn't recommend imagining your stomach full because that strategy actually researchers found that it could make you focus a lot more on hunger and make you hungrier instead. There's another study by Madjd and colleagues, also from 2015, that looked into comparing drinking water versus diet beverages. They had over 60 overweight and obese women who usually drank diet drinks, and they divided them into 2 groups that would undergo a weight loss program. In one group, they asked the women to drink a cup of water after every lunch, and the other group were asked to maintain their diet and drink after lunch, a diet drink after lunch, at least 5 times per week for 6 months. So a pretty long study. And again, both groups lost weight, but the water group lost an additional 4 pounds than the diet drink group. Now, participants were all women in this group, and they were between ages 18 and 50. Both groups were cutting between 500 and 1,000 calories from their diet and exercising gradually up to 5 times per week. So for these criteria, you would closely fall into this category. However, we know you're neither overweight nor obese, so again, take this information with a grain of salt and maybe a cup of water. The authors also mentioned that other studies that compared water to diet drinks didn't find much of a difference. But those studies were shorter in duration, and in this study, all women regularly consume diet drinks, which may have not been the case in other studies. But in another study that lasted a year by Peters and his colleagues from 2016, from the same journal as this one, the previous study, in this study they had around 220 participants, and they completed it in a year, and they compared taking almost 3 cups of water daily versus taking a non-nutritive sweetened drink, so like a diet drink without any calories. So basically sweetened drinks with less than 5 calories per cup. It involved both men and women, but mostly were white women who were on average close to 47 years old. They were also overweight and obese. The sweetened drink group could drink as much water as they wanted in addition to the sweetened drinks, but the water group could not use any artificial sweeteners or sweetened drinks during the year. They also had to track their calories and exercise up to 6 times per week. Now, at the end of the year, both groups lost weight, with the water group losing most of the weight around week 20 and then gaining some back, whereas the sweetened drink group lost most of its weight by week 28, but this group regained less weight back. The sweetened drink group lost around 10 more pounds than the water group. The authors aren't too sure why this is the case, but they speculate that people in the water group may have looked for other ways to get sweets because they were taking out any artificial sweeteners or any sweets from their drinks. But they mentioned that they were allowed to have candy and cookies even though they were advised against it through their information sessions to lose weight. The other hypothesis is that all participants drank sweetened drinks regularly before the study, so for the group they had to stop drinking these drinks and drink almost 3 cups of water instead. That's 2 habit changes, whereas a group that may have only had to modify how much they were drinking is just 1 change to their overall diet. Again, you're a white female within the ages of participants, you exercise regularly, and you watch your diet, but you're not overweight or obese since your BMI index is around 18. So, in conclusion, my suggestion would be to drink between 1 to 2 cups before a meal to fill you up a bit. If you're going to have a soda, maybe choose a diet soda instead. Over time, this may help you lose a bit more weight, but I'm not sure it will be enough for your 40th birthday, which is in 2 months, correct? Right? So these studies were 3, 6, and 12 months long. It is different to lose weight when you're overweight or obese than if your BMI is so low already. So maybe we should talk about different strategies to reach your goal in a shorter term. Okay? Hope this helps. Thank you.